And welcome to this week's Illinois Wesleyan Titan Coaches Show. I'm Eric Stalk from WJBC Radio, joined by Titan head football coach Norm Eash after an impressive homecoming win last week against Carroll. Coach, good to have you back.
Good to see you, Eric, and you're right. It was a great homecoming win. It was before a huge crowd, and it's always great to reward our fans, our alumni, and our former players, and we had a lot of former players there.
Well, and the defense came to play again, your second straight shutout on home turf.
Well, anytime you can get a shutout, that's special, and our defense is playing very well. And offensively, we did some good things the first half. We just didn't make some plays out. We challenged them a little bit at halftime. They came out and we scored on the first three possessions, so that's pretty good. We liked what we saw and how the kids responded.
So from what it sounded like after the game, a couple of the players sort of spoke up at halftime to kind of ignite things, along with what I'm sure the coaches were remarking.
Well, we have high expectations for our offense, and everybody was a little frustrated and disappointed, and so there was some challenges made at halftime by coaches and players, and our players responded, and that's good to see because we have 3 tough games coming down the wire here at the end of the season, and we're going to have to play very well to win those ball games.
You also great special teams play. Liam Keffer in particular had a number of big punt returns. He was the special teams player of the week while catching a touchdown on offense as well.
Well, Liam had a great game, and I'm very happy that he was selected as special teams player of the week by the CCIW because he contributes to our team and does a lot for us. And so, you know, that's a great reward for him. But he's going to tell you that there's a lot of people around him that helped him get that award.
We found out, I guess, I don't know, maybe a few minutes before the game that Carroll's starting quarterback was not going to play. They bring in a quarterback who you have no book on. He's not taking a snap in college football. So how did you prepare for that?
Well, you don't. You respond to it. And the quarterback that they put in was very, very good. He was a freshman and a highly recruited quarterback for them, and he's a playmaker. And so we had to get adjusted to him a little bit. He threw the ball very well and kept the ball. And so it doesn't take very long for our defense to adjust. So they're playing great, and Coach McDonald does a great job. So we kept him under wraps, and of course we got the shutout.
So with that win, now in first place in the CCIW as North Central took their first loss to Wheaton on Monday night. You probably don't get a chance to watch a lot of other conference games as they are happening because you're usually playing at that point. They finished the game on Monday night because of storms on Saturday. Did you get a chance to see that?
I think everybody in the CCIW was watching that game, and it was a great game, and hats off to Wheaton. They did a great job. They played with a lot of passion and desire and won that ball game. So they're making a difference in the CCIW. So now we have a 4-way tie for first place. And so we kind of control our own destiny. Ever since we beat Wheaton at Wheaton, we kind of came up with the saying, anything is possible. And so all we had to do is keep playing. And we talked about defending our opportunity to be in that position, and we are in that position right now. There's 4 teams tied, Illinois Wesleyan, North Central, Carthage, and Milliken. And it just so happens that 2 of those 3 that are tied with us, we still have to play. So we control our own destiny. We start out this week with Carthage, and they're a great football team. They're leading the league in defense. It's going to be a challenge for us. They also have a great running game. Their running backs are very, very good, and they have a big offensive line that kind of runs right at you. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a fun game to watch because you got the #1 defense in the league in Carthage, and you got the #1 rushing defense in Illinois Wesleyan. So it has a makings for a great contest, and it'll be exciting to see the 2 teams play.
And they are sort of a ground and pound kind of team offensively. So is that sort of what this game could potentially boil down to? Whether they can run the football, which no team really has against your team this year?
Yeah, I would say they have to run the football against us, and we have to run the football against them. They're a high-pressure defense. They're going to play a lot of man-to-man. Not only are they #1 defense in the league, but they're also #1 in pass defense. So that tells you a little bit about you know, their athletes they have in the secondary. So it's going to be fun. I think it's got to come down to what players on each team is going to make plays. I mean, that's how you win games in the CCIW, is making plays. And so we're going to have to make some big plays. We're going to have to make every play count because when you have a high-pressure defense and they play man-to-man, you know, you're going to catch them once in a while. So we have to catch them more than they catch us during the ball game. And then stopping their offense, you know, our defensive unit has to stop the run. I mean, they like to run power off tackle, and they do it really, very well, and that's their scheme and that's their philosophy. So, you know, we know what's ahead. We just have to get it done.
And you may not have realized this, but the game last Saturday against Carroll was your 300th as the head football coach here at Illinois Wesleyan. Approaching 200 wins here soon, but that's certainly saying something.
It's a lot of games. That's a lot of bus rides and things like that. But you know, there's a lot of special games in my career, my tenure. But the most important game is always the next game. And this group of young men that I'm coaching this year, they have surpassed everyone's expectations. And so they have a special season going, and we talk about that, and we just have to take care of business. I mean, 3 games left, but we don't look by anybody. I mean, Carthage is the only thing that we're thinking about right now, and they're a really good football team, so we're going to have to play well.
All right, thanks for the time, Coach. Best of luck this week.
Thanks, Eric.